Where do we start? We start with the fact that I would never have thought of saying this sentence. I changed a tyre in the rain in the Goldfields. I would never have thought that possible. But through a sequence of strange events, not only did I end up changing a tyre in the rain in the Goldfields, but also ended up driving the car with no pants. Well, how could this all happen? It started with a drive around Kalgoorlie on one of their tourist tracks, all unpaved road. What started to happen while we were on the track on the second day was that rain started to fall, and the car was becoming difficult to steer. It started raining solidly in the Goldfields. Go figure. Haven't seen rain up there, and I've spent in my lifetime a couple of months up there. Never seen rain. So we decided to push on and not take a stop at Burrow Rock and only have a look at a distance to the Cave Hill Rock. And we drove on. While driving along, the road conditions became wetter and slipperier. This could have caused a problem, so to prevent it, I slowed down. While cresting a hill, going at about 90 kilometres an hour, on an unpaved, reasonably good graded road, I got to the top of the hill and there was mud and ruts in the mud. And what they did was they flicked at the car, the tail at the back, quickly to the right. So I quickly steer into the slide as hard as I can. Only it doesn't steer, because the power steering completely failed at that particular moment. What do? Well, I keep steering into it. Then all of a sudden, I hear this loud thump from the back of the car. Look in the rear vision mirror. I don't know, it must have been for a split second, to see this branch flying through, and all of a sudden finding the car losing complete control. But it pulled up dead rather quickly. Gotta love ABS. It starts to rain. It starts to rain harder. I get out of the car, and I kid you not, there was a hole in the tyre about that big, where the log had poked into it. Funny bit is, if we hadn't have hit that log and it hadn't have staked the tyre, and by the way, missed all the panels, hadn't have staked the tyre, it wouldn't have flicked us back around, and I'd probably be there with my family sitting in the forest wrapped around a tree. As luck would have it, I had a good spare tyre. But to get to the spare tyre, I had to get it to drop underneath the tailgate of the Triton Ute, which is an incredibly long bucket on the back. Whoa. I'm getting wetter and wetter. I get some flimsy poncho, whatever they call it, out of the back of the car from the survival kit. Put it on, and there I am, trying to change tyres on this car, in the rain, in the Goldfields. A sentence I would never have expected to say in my entire life. Changing a tyre in the rain in the Goldfields. Go figure. Well, I'm getting wetter and wetter and wetter. My shirt's okay, but my pants are getting wetter and wetter and wetter and wetter. And it took me a little while to juggle people in the car to get to the bars, to take off the tyre with the hole in it about that big. Put on the spare, sure glad it was a good spare. Put that onto the car. Never changed tyres on this car before, so I did a pretty good job. But, and here's the but, my pants got so wet that I couldn't sit in the car with them on, so I had to take my pants off and drive without pants. Had the boxers on, that's fine. But that would have been a hard thing to explain to a policeman had we been pulled up. But we weren't. The story continues. I can get the state tyre fixed pretty much straight away. Thank you, Ian Deff in Kalgoorlie. Helpful. Mitsubishi Goldfields. What a painful group they are. They wouldn't check it properly. They wouldn't do anything. So I went and had a coffee and a muffin. And after the coffee and a muffin, it occurred to me, go to Repco. So I went to Repco Kalgoorlie, Repco Service Centre. Fantastic people. They found it was just a detached hose. So they fixed it up. Cost me $60. Hit the road, and I got home now, which is sometime after 11. Bit of a rough ride about dusk. But that, in a nutshell, is what's happened. Hope that explains things. Bye.